China has officially launched its third aircraft carrier, naming the vessel the Fujian. China's state media said the country's latest and most advanced warship was launched in a short but festive ceremony on Friday morning at the China State Shipbuilding Corporation shipyard in Shanghai, where it has been under construction since 2018. Once the naming certificate had been handed to the Fujian's commanding officer, the ribbon was cut to officiate the launch, and the ship left the dock. This is China's third aircraft carrier, also its largest and the most advanced warship yet, and rivaling the US Navy's carriers for size. Visibly, China wants to make a statement with this one. According to Naval News, the Type 003 is comparable in size to the US Navy's Nimitz and Ford classes warships of America, makes us wonder if this is another Chinese mocking work of art. They might have just copied it. No one knows that. They are showcasing this as proof of China's growing defense power. Capability of the warship are from the observations from experts. They say the Fujian is a direct contender to the America's strongest warships. It can launch aircraft faster and more efficiently. This includes planes with heavier payloads. The aim is to challenge America's supremacy on the high seas. China is flexing its muscles more than preparing for war. China has painted a motto on this warship in Mandarin, which is clearly the mission statement for the PLA Navy. The slogan written on the ship reveals the Chinese Communist Party's desire for its navy to continue to improve, to build a strong and modern navy and provide strong support for the realization of the Chinese dream of a strong military, it read according to a Naval News translation. China also wants to sending a message through the name Fujian. This warship is named after a coastal province in China, and this is not just any coastal Chinese province. Fujian is in southeast China. It's the nearest Chinese province to Taiwan. If the China decides to invade Taiwan, Fujian can assist as the PLA's launch pad. The Chinese military is often seen conducting drills there. China announced it had held military operations near Taiwan during US President Joe Biden's first visit to Asia. So naming this warship the Fujian is not just a symbolic move, it's a strong signal of intent. Wei Feng, the Chinese defense minister, has made some threats as well. Recently, he was in Singapore for the Shangri-La Dialogue. This is an intergovernmental security dialogue. US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin was also present there. The Chinese minister chose this occasion to send a message. He said, "Fighting for Taiwan is the only option Beijing has. If anyone dares to secede Taiwan from China, we will not hesitate to fight. We will fight at all costs, and we definitely will fight to the very end. This is the only choice for China. I want to make it clear to those seeking Taiwan independence and those behind them. The goal of Taiwan independence is a deadlock. This delusion must stop. Soliciting foreign support will never work. They should never think about it." China is said to have communicated the same to the US in private as well. Chinese military officials have been meeting their American counterparts. They have told them to avoid Taiwan Straits. US Navy ships often pass through these waters. They took this route to assert America's support to Taiwan. Now China has told the American Navy to stop doing that. It has come up with a new argument to block US ships. This is what China says. The Taiwan Straits is not part of international waters. It says the region is part of China's exclusive economic zone, so foreign warships cannot pass through the Taiwan channels. Basically, China is claiming sovereignty over these waters. Wang Wenbin, Foreign Ministry China said, according to the UN Convention on the Law of Sea and China's domestic law, the waters of the Taiwan Strait from the coast on both sides of the Taiwan Strait to the central line of the strait are in turn China's internal waters, territorial waters, contiguous zone, and an exclusive economic zone. China exercises sovereignty, sovereign rights, and jurisdiction over the Taiwan Strait. Meanwhile, we also respect the legitimate rights of the other countries in the relevant waters. That is the message from Beijing to Washington. Now let's recap China's current actions. The tone of political message from Beijing has changed. The tone has become more hostile, especially on the question of Taiwan. There is a necessity to quickly elevate the military capabilities of the PLA. China has stepped up its drills in and around Taiwan Straits. China's actions are raising tensions both in Washington DC and in Taipei. They fear that Jinping could shorten his own timelines, that he could launch a mission to take to Taiwan sooner than expected. The US establishment, the defense establishment, feels that the next 5 years are going to be tough. President Jinping has overseen an overhaul of the People's Liberation Army since coming to power in 2012 and has pledged to build a fully modern force rivaling the US military by 2027. That's what US is afraid of. Taiwan's assessment is more dire. Policymakers there say that Beijing wants to modernize the PLA quickly. If it achieves that goal, Jinping might quote unquote opt for war soon. Now we know some of these reports sound pessimist, but the cost of ignoring Beijing's threats will be very high. The world has made this blunder with Ukraine. It should not be repeated again with Taiwan. So guys, this was for today. Give us your thoughts on this in the comment section, and if you appreciate our content, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with your family and friends. We will meet soon in new video. Thank you. Jai Hind.